watching the review Sanctum, where everything and anything may be reviewed. And today, we're talking about the first book to ever start, which will hopefully become a big thing in the future, the Rippaverse. Yes, Isom #1, hopefully the first book of many, as well as other characters branching out. It all starts here, assuming the Rippaverse does become something major. You know, obviously it's too soon to say, but if it does become something major in the future, it all starts right here. So, what can I say real quick? This will be a quick unboxing video, show off the book. I'm going to go read it, I'll come back and I'll film my review, and I'll try not to go into, like, I guess, super duper major spoilers, but, you know, there will be spoilers because I want to give my actual thoughts on the book without holding back and everything. Now, what I want to point out, yes, there's a lot of, like, politics, or I guess in this case, lack of politics, behind the scenes with both the book series. I guess the way it was not so much promoted, but I guess the way it was implied to be promoted and stuff, and also the man himself to make the book, Eric D. July, has his own channel. Well, actually has two channels now. He has his main Young Rippa channel. He also has a channel that's now going to be 100% devoted to the Rippaverse with updates and news and stuff like that. And what can I say? He talks about comic books and the state of the comic book industry, for better or for worse, and what's going on. So, again, lots of politics there. You guys may or may not agree. Again, my channel has always been just, you know, turn your brain off, enjoy yourself, don't think about the real world, all that kind of stuff. So I'll not be discussing any of the behind-the-scenes stuff at all during this episode or any other future episode that involves the Rippaverse and whatever. What can I say? Like, my channel is just about video games and movies and wrestling and anime, you know, whatever, but I never go into politics stuff unless, like, I don't know, I guess something where you just absolutely have to or whatever, but I try to avoid whenever I can. So I will be reviewing this book on its own merits, unbiased. I got no dog in any race. I'm on my own side. I've always been on my own side, because in the end, no one cares about you than you, to be honest. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm going to go unbiased into the story, any nitpicks or whatever. If the story's awesome, it's awesome. If it sucks, it sucks. I you know, hope it doesn't, but you know what I mean? Like, if it is, what can I say? You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You know, we're going to go raw. So, let's get started without further ado. Let's unbox this baby. Now, this book here is actually 96 pages. So, yeah, I'm going to give a big synopsis here. There will also be an article on the epic blog of Randomness. And, what can I say? Usually I do the big play-by-play with the books, but with something this large, like, oh shit, this looks cool. Check this out, man. Check this out. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, but anyways, with something like this massive, I'm not going to do the play-by-play. That'll take forever, you know what I mean? So I'll just review it, you know, read it, give like a synopsis, and we'll go from there. So here we go, guys. I guess you guys are kind of missing the fun of how I'm unfolding this. I never had a box like this, but yeah, July and his staff took very good care to make sure the book gets to you, like, in good condition. Because you know how it is, packages get bumped and thrown around and whatever the fuck in the mail and USPS and all that shit. So, a lot of care, a lot of attention. There we go. And this is it, guys. Big ass book here, Isom #1. This is what we call cover B. The campaign had cover A, B, and C, and I believe cover C is the cover is going to be at the standard cover. Now, my personal opinion, I think that cover A should have been the normal one, because cover A has like all the main characters. This one, as you can tell, is mostly focused on Yaira. Yaira's right there. You see, Isom is the dude there fighting against Yaira. And the other cover, cover C, which is the more standard cover, focuses on these guys called the Alpha Corps. And in my opinion, like I said, like the first book looks like the main book and everything. I got this because, you know, Yaira looks cool. But in my opinion, my personal opinion, I think that one should have been like, you know, the standard book, and then this one and the Alpha Corps ones, those should have been like the, I guess, the variant covers, right? The variant covers and stuff like that. So unfortunately, this one here is no longer available. It's part of the campaign. The campaign is closed sometime last week as of this recording, which is October 5th today. So the campaign is already closed. cover A and B are no longer available. You can only buy cover C. And yeah, I'll put a picture of cover C somewhere so you guys can kind of see. That's the one that you'll get if you decide to buy it now. His site is actually up. I think it's Rippaverse.com, literally Rippaverse.com. You can still order stuff from there. But yes, this is the book. The quality looks awesome already. You can see it's a thick one, like, you know, boy be thick and everything, and pretty cool. And yes, I shall read it, and I shall get back to you and review it. Let's check it out. Alright guys, so I read the book, and what can I say? It's a pretty fun read. I love all the action, the dynamic poses and stuff, and you know, just the bright colors, the characters. This is a good read all around. I had a lot of fun with that. The overall synopsis, like you guys can tell from the website, is that Avery has to go find Altona's friend. Altona's his sister, and the missing friend is named Jasmine, so he's got to go find her. And the last time she was seen, she was taking some kind of job offer from a guy named Darren Fontano, who he knew back in the day. But now, like in current day, Fontano has this kind of like big criminal enterprises and stuff. He has all his armed goons. He has like, you know, the fancy suit and everything. He's got like his own nightclub and stuff. So he kind of runs things in that city and everything. So Avery shows up and asks him like, yo, you know, where's Jasmine? Have you seen her? And all that stuff. And yeah, he like denies it or whatever, doesn't want to give a straight answer. He's like, dude, come on, like I know she like came to work for you or whatever. And the guy starts putting his foot down, you know, like, yo, we were friends back in the day, so because of that, I'm gonna give you one chance to just walk away. Don't bring her up, just walk away, dude, and whatever. But Avery's so insistent, like, you know, yo, like, where's Jasmine? Is she at least alive? Can you tell me if she's okay and stuff? And I like the part where, you know, Fontano's just like, oh, this fucker. Okay, guys, kick his ass and everything. So the guys go after Avery, and Avery whoops ass and everything. Apparently, Avery has, I guess his superpowers are mostly just super strength, super endurance, and I'm not sure if it's just the art style, like the fast movement, or if he has like superhuman reflexes. There are some times where he does almost like that King of Fighters dodge, or that, you know, Ultra Instinct dodge, where you kind of sidestep a person's attack, and of course while the person is still, like, the person's like in a position because he missed, that leaves Avery open to attack her from behind and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. And also, you know, after he beats up all the bad guys and stuff, they call in a real big dude. His name is Sanctum, and he has, of course, incredible strength too. So he picks up Avery and socks him around and shit, and throws him out of the nightclub or whatever place they were in. But what's interesting though is that kind of like a cameo thing, because again, remember, this is supposed to be like introducing characters for the upcoming, like the Rippaverse in general. Like, there's a small cameo of Yaira on some random rampage. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who she's against. There's, you know, like the whole pronoun game. You know, I must get him. You know, I'm going to send him a message. So we don't know, like, what's her beef or what's going on. She's, like, attacking, I guess she's attacking people. And the cops are like, yo, we don't want to shoot you. Calm down. And she's like, yeah, I know you won't, or whatever. And, then, like, they call in, like, this team of superheroes called Alpha Corps. I'm not really sure they're superheroes per se. They kind of look like government-mandated, you know, superpowered individuals or whatever. So they fight with Yaira. And the funny thing is that Santuan actually socks Avery, and he's, like, sent flying out of the you know, establishment. While at the same time, Yaira's getting knocked around by Alpha Corps. So Avery and Yaira bump into each other. And Yaira thinks that, oh, okay, they sent someone else after me now, so she brings on the fight, while Isom's kind of confused. I mean, I think he kind of thinks that maybe she's another one of Darren's guys, but he still kind of gets some kind of misunderstanding or whatever, but, you know, the fight's all in there, so it's like there's no time to really explain. And then Yaira just grabs them and takes to the sky, because she can fly. She can actually fly and shoot, like, energy blasts and stuff. So she flies up with them, grabbing him by the throat, and it's like, yeah, this will send a message to him, you know, whoever he is, and just lets him drop. So fucking Avery just drops on top of a car and everything. He still survives due to his, you know, enhanced endurance, but that of course shocked everyone, and that still ended up knocking him out. He gets hospitalized. He escapes from the hospital. He goes back to deal with Darren Fontano. I won't go too much into that, but the thing is that now he has Darren's attention, and now he's afraid, like, of retaliation, you know? So now, I should say Avery's afraid of retaliation, so Avery actually goes back, tells his sister, like, yo, keep a gun on you, be careful, they might come after you, because he knows you, you know, because he knows you through Jasmine, so be careful and stuff like that. And at the same time, Avery goes out to, I guess, this place where he used to have his superhero costume made and stuff like that, and who knows, you know, maybe other superheroes get their gadgets and stuff too. So this guy, I don't think I actually named him, but this guy wants to like improve upon the original costume, but it's like, okay, just try it out, see if it still fits or not, and from there, you know, we'll make some modifications or enhancements, and yeah, it still fits. He's still wearing the Isom costume, so that's pretty cool. He gets to wear that and show that off, and let me just show this real quick. Like I said, I love the art. It's pretty cool. I especially like the action. I like the fighting. I like how the comic book, let me just show you a better thing on the back. I was not expecting this in the back. This is on the website, but it just looks so cooler, like on the thing there. So it's fucking awesome, you know. But yeah, I like the fighting, how it's actually kind of sequential and stuff. I don't like other comics sometimes where the fight is just, I don't know, one big splash panel and that's it or something. But here, since it feels more kind of like an actual, like an 80s or 90s action movie, I want to say even like 70s action movie, you actually see all the punches, the kicks, the dodging, the blocking and stuff. You know, like I said, both Isom and Yaira did kind of things where they kind of, you know, counter dodge or whatever and grab the person and bam and stuff like that. So it is pretty badass. And of course Sanctum just you know, power punches and punches you through fucking walls and shit. It's just fucking amazing, you know. There's a part where Isom jumped up against the wall and just propelled himself off the wall to fly into, you know, basically launch himself into Sanctum and knock him down. So that was pretty awesome. So I love all the actual fighting and stuff. I love the movie vibe. I especially like the part where he shows up at the nightclub and he's kind of like, okay, you know, ladies, you can all leave and stuff, and anyone here that doesn't want to, you know, get hurt or get mixed up in this, you can leave now before we get started, you know. And these guys are, man, this guy is crazy. But of course, once he starts going down, they know he's not fucking around, you know what I mean? Actually, you know what, it reminds me a little bit of the Captain America scene where he's in an elevator with all the guys. And he's kind of like, so before we get started, is there anyone else that wants to kind of leave first or something like that? Because they know the fight's going to come down and everything. And, yeah, what can I say? The book still has a lot of questions and a lot of things. One thing that was a little surprised, though, is that there's really no mention of his career, his previous superhero career. We do know he's retired. There's maybe a sentence or two that kind of implies he was a hero before and he hung it up, and you know he gave the costume back because he thought he was never gonna wear it again. But I was really surprised there were any flashbacks of his younger days fighting crime or whatever. I was expecting maybe the first page or two would open up with him, I don't know, fighting crime in the older days or whatever. So I guess it's kind of the thing where you gotta keep reading the book to find out more. I'm sure that with this particular story, you're gonna find out eventually more things or maybe flashbacks of what happened, what made him become a hero, how he got his powers, and what was the thing or the event or whatever that made him decide to hang it up and leave the city and, you know, live as a rancher and everything. So yeah, it's pretty interesting how that works out. We didn't see any flashbacks. Again, Yaira kind of opens the door to you know, what she's up to, what is going on. She has her own personal vendetta against someone, right? And it's just Isom just coincidentally bumped into her and everything. I think she's still part of the story because her dropping him off into the car and whatever, that does move his story forward. I kind of hope they do a kind of thing because I'm really expecting Yaira to get her own book, right? So I really am expecting that, or hoping that when Yaira gets her own book, I hope they kind of sort of replay the scene where she bumps into Avery, but you know, from her perspective and everything. So it's kind of cool. And yeah, pretty good book. There's also other superpowered characters. There was a scene in the nightclub where they had just random superpowered characters, so who knows what their deal is. There's some kind of band that reveals that they got superpowers, and it looks like they're going to probably have their own book as well and everything. And of course, just all these little things. We don't know how Avery got his powers. There was a line where Altona works for some kind of company, and she was like, yeah, I don't think, like, Valentino's gonna come after me, not, like, considering who I work for, you know, and he's kind of like, yeah, well, that just means he's gonna be more discreet, so we gotta be more careful, whatever. But the thing is, again, like, what's the thing, you know, considering who I work for, you know, what is this big company, what does the company do, how is it, like, so important, or whatever, like, what does she represent to the story in that aspect, you know? So yeah, it's a pretty good book. Pretty interesting. I think the only downside is that, you know, these books do take a while to make. I do know that they're kind of halfway done into the next Isom number 2, so to speak. But obviously, you know, it's not really going to come out next month or in a month or so. It's going to take a while. It'll probably be like another campaign or something, I'm assuming. So that's going to be the tough part, waiting for the next one. Apparently, they're halfway done with Isom number 2. And they're making 2 or 3 more books with other creative teams. And by 2 or 3 more books, I mean books that are not Isom. So I'm assuming one's going to be about Yaira, one's going to be about this rock band group. I think they're called Northfrica, something like that. And maybe Alpha Corps might get their book. I wonder what their deal is and everything. So yeah, I'm pretty curious. So overall, pretty good book. It was worth the wait. Pretty awesome. It does go kind of fast because there are a bit, you know, like large panels and stuff. I do have to say, I guess, like, if they did condense the fights a little, it would have been a shorter book. It wouldn't have been 96 pages and stuff. But nah, man, the action is sweet. You know, I love seeing Avery just toss guys around. I love seeing Avery fight it out with Sanctum. They actually fight twice in the book, you know. And, you know, getting to see Yaira do stuff. Like, it was just pretty cool. A lot of cool action. It's stuff I wouldn't take. I kind of get it because he was saying that the book is going to be this long. Eric July said the book's going to be this long because, like, it was a story that, like, he saw, like, you know, like that's how long it needed to be to tell the story he wanted to tell. And I can tell a lot of it was because he didn't want to, like, skimp out on the action. He wanted to really showcase the punching and kicking and people getting thrown through walls and getting dropped on top of cars. And one of the Alpha Corps people got an electric whip and stuff like that, fighting against Yaira and everything. It's just fucking awesome. So I really enjoyed it. It's a pretty good book. Like I said, only nitpick I have is that it's going to suck to kind of wait another, you know, who knows how long for the next one and everything. But we'll see what happens there. So anyway, guys, Mark Rodriguez here. See you next time. This is, again, the review Sanctum, where everything and anything may be reviewed. See you next time.